What is good, bro? So I became the valedictorian of my school last year, and these are the medals that I won for every single possible subject that you could win a medal, right? I basically just mobbed the entire school, right? And in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact steps that I took to become a straight A student, so you can just copy me and get the same results. I'm not gonna like sell you some shitty productivity course at the end of this video. I just want to give you value so that you can do the same stuff as me. And here's a quick disclaimer though. If you can sit through just a 20-minute video on how to get straight A's, then you're cooked. So I know your attention span is sort of fried, but just give me your attention for the next bit because I will make it worth it for you. So in this video, I'm going to assume that you're either A, you got kind of mid grades that you want to improve, or B, you have good grades already, but you want to do it in less time so that you don't end up like those depressed Asian kids who study like 12 hours a day and get beat by their parents, right? And I'm going to show you after that, basically, what the exact beliefs and mindsets I needed to get straight A's, and then I'm going to show you after that the exact steps that I took to become the straight A student that I am, so you can just copy me and get the same results. So, first I'm going to show you the most important thing you need to know, which is you need to kill your limiting beliefs. Because I'm going to be real with you right now. As a straight A student myself, I look around at the people, like the friends around me and stuff, and I'll be honest, all of them could be straight A students. The problem is they have these limiting beliefs that just kill their efforts. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, I'm not a math person. Oh, I can't focus. I have ADHD." Here's the thing, bro. Nobody has stamped ignorant on your forehead and basically made it impossible for you to get straight A's. There is no cosmic force that is preventing you from getting straight A's. It is just you sabotaging your own efforts by telling yourself, "I can't get straight A's because my dad isn't good at math." Bro, you can do it. You have the internet. You have all these resources. In fact, everybody in my school has the same time, the same 24 hours, the same resources as me. In fact, 2 years ago, I was this fat little Genshin Impact player with zero confidence and I couldn't even focus for like 5 minutes. I had like semi ADHD. Yet I did it. Simply because I didn't let these self-beliefs, these self-constructed beliefs hold me back. And none of the advice in this video is going to work if you don't first accept that you can do it. If I can get straight A's, so can you. If I was able to lose 15 pounds, so can you. Stop playing with yourself. That came out wrong. Stop being an idiot and just let yourself actually succeed. Let me just make sure. Okay, the microphone's on. Because I'll tell you a story right now. Recently, I just got my mom into the gym. It's really good, right? She's been consistent for like 2 months. It's actually crazy. But for like an entire year, I wanted her to go to the gym. But she would say stuff like, "Oh, but I don't have time, son. I have to make food and stuff." And that's wholesome, right? And it makes sense. But when I finally got rid of the belief and I showed her proof, like, "Hey, maybe you can just make dinner before this time. Maybe you could do these things before, like, maybe in the morning," right? And when I just eliminated the belief, she was able to the next day just go into the gym with us and hit a workout. And so if you can imagine right now how amazing that feels for me and for her, and all that took was just for me to eliminate the belief. So that is the biggest part of this guide. If you just eliminate these beliefs, it will be so easy to lose the fat not lose the fat, get straight A's, because everybody has these beliefs that tell themselves that they can't do it. I want to remind you right now, it is so easy to literally just stand out nowadays. There's something that I like to call the collective insecurity of everybody else. Everybody else is average because they believe that's all they can do. It is so easy to stand out, and I was able to do it, and you can do it too. So that's the first thing. Now I want to show you the second and most important mindset that I swear if you just understand this, it makes it so simple to basically just get straight A's and just clap everybody, right? So What you need to understand is, if you want to be exceptional and get these straight A's, you need to be the exception. You need to be different, and you need to be okay with being seen as different from everybody else. There's a quote that I heard from this one millionaire. Oh, I have his book right here. It's called MJ DeMarco, right? And he's a millionaire talking about basically just getting rich and being better than everybody else. And he says, lions don't care about the opinions of mice. And it makes so much sense once you understand this, because, again, everybody has the same 24 hours. Everybody, like me, like, there's nobody that's like a millionaire who gets like 10 tutors, like, around me. Everybody basically has the same resources. And the only reason that I was able to do this is because I just worked harder than them. And it sounds so simple, and it doesn't sound sexy, and you're gonna think, oh, this doesn't work, he's not saying anything cool. I'm gonna watch this clickbait video of this Asian guy telling me the study tactic that won't work. I'm telling you, no study tactic is better than just working, because nobody else is doing it. If you really think about it right now, all the other kids that you know, all the other teens maybe, what are most of them doing? One of them's probably busting, like, right now. One of them is probably on, like, a video game just playing for 8 hours. One of them literally just ate, like, a pound of junk food and is drinking, like, 100 grams of sugar today. It is so easy to stand out, because if you just do the bare minimum amount of work, you will stand out. No, you won't stand out, sorry. The bare minimum doesn't cut it, but you just need to put in a little bit more effort, and you'll surpass them all. I'll tell you a story of this, right? I remember this happened literally just about 2 weeks ago. I was out there, like, it's still the winter, but it was a pretty good day, and so me and a few friends went outside and we started playing soccer together. And what I had told myself before I went there is I'd only play for like an hour, and then I'd come back because I needed to script some videos and also study. And what happened was that the 1 hour went by. It was really fun. And then I had to tell them, okay, I have to go. And the problem was, because we had an even amount of people, if I left, they would also have to basically leave because they wouldn't have enough people for a game. And so, I kid you not, they started literally like shit talking me. They were like, bro, you're such a nerd. Why are you trying so hard? Just play for like half an hour more. But I had to leave. And so, what's really funny is that I had to endure the scolding of my friends, but the funny thing is, none of them are straight A students. I am, though, because I chose to not let the opinions of other people that I don't want to be like make decisions for me. And I might be like a prick for that. People might think, oh yeah, this guy's dumb, he didn't stay and play soccer, and I have no ill feelings against those people, right? They're my friends. But if you want to surpass these people in your school and become a straight A student, it comes from putting in more work than they are. And so, what's really funny about this is that it is such a low bar to hit. If you just do a little bit more work, imagine that, for example, you just did 10 minutes of studying today. That's 10 minutes more than like 80% of kids. It is that easy, bro. You just need to put in a little bit more work than the others, and it will work. And this is what worked for me, and I promise it'll probably work for you. So I've covered the beliefs and the mindset that you need to become a straight A student, but now I'm going to talk about the really fun part, which is the actual steps and behaviors that I did that made me a straight A student. Because again, I said this before, everybody has pretty much the same resources. We all have the internet. We all have 24 hours in a day. We're all humans. I don't have anything special about me. But there are a few behaviors that I do, and that I've seen other straight A students do as well, that cause them and me to get straight A's. And let me just show you the 4 main ones that if you do will make it so easy to get straight A's. And the first one that you need to understand is that getting straight A's, especially when it comes to like, you're doing like exams and stuff, like for science and geography and all those different more like information-based subjects, all it takes is for you to get good at memorization. Don't believe anybody else online who tells you, use this study tactic, you should finger yourself while you're studying for more focus. Like, no. The only thing that you need to get like 90% on most subjects, maybe not for math and English, because those are different ones, I'll talk about those later, but in general, you just getting good at the skill of memorization will make it so easy to get straight A's because most subjects are just a memory game. And so, let me show you how I memorize things in a way that doesn't take 7 hours of revising 10 different pages of notes. And the way I do it is I'm not being a caveman. Well, that's a dumb way to put it. I stopped studying like a caveman and I instead used AI. That sounds really dumb, but let me just explain, right? You don't need 20 pages of notes to get straight A's. All you need is AI because here's the thing with AI. You can literally just ask it, hey, act like my teacher, my science teacher, and quiz me on this topic. And it will do just that. And you can get as many wrong as you want because it will help you and it won't judge you like those, those teachers that'll like subtly judge you for being wrong. That's why I hate schools. Like, I hate some schools right because of that. But AI doesn't do that. And so you can get really good even if it takes you 1,000 attempts. And the cool part is, if you use AI, it can also do things like it can give you a mock exam that you can do by just answering like you would on an exam. And it is the meta for getting straight A's right now. Don't listen to anybody else. This is what I did, and it's the most efficient that I know of. Because here's the thing, right? Let's say you have ChatGPT, and what I'd really recommend, by the way, is to get the thing called, ChatGPT, like the premium version. It's like, it's about $20 US, so it's like 30 Canadian dollars or whatever. Just ask your parents to get that for you. And if you tell them that it's for school, they will like 100% get it for you. It's only like $30. And it is so useful because I'll tell you right now, we just had an exam in science, like geography or something, where they gave us an entire little like study PDF. Instead of me painstakingly like writing it out by hand, it takes like 7 hours. I just downloaded it, uploaded it into AI, and it just quizzed me on it. And that's how I got like, I'll tell you right now, I just got like 100% on this other coding quiz because I just asked AI to quiz me on it. It is so overpowered, and so you should be doing it. Don't listen to any of those study tactic gurus online. Just use AI. Just learn how to memorize by doing that, and it will pay off. So, now I'm going to talk about the next one of the most important things, again, to get straight A's that nobody talks about, and that is you need to read more. Because here's the thing. Most people don't actually read. Most people have such fried attention spans, they can't even read for like 2 minutes without getting bored, right? But here's the thing. Most straight A students that I know, and this is the thing that I did, is just read more, because when you read more, it makes every single aspect about both your grades and your life better. Because I'll show you right now. I have some notes here, by the way. When you read more, for example, let's say I read an entire book. I have an entire book right here. I'm just taking it out, right? Let's say I read this entire book. It actually helps with your attention span because it basically stops you from just being this fried little kid who just scrolling 24/7. It basically just it stops frying your attention span. It starts healing it, which is a good thing because one of the most important parts of getting straight A's is just focusing. And this habit right here of just reading is it's the single best way to improve your focus. So, the other thing that is really cool about reading is that, again, nobody else does it. And like I said earlier, when you do things that are different from everybody else, you will get different results. And with reading, for example, I have a book right here on how to basically get good social skills. I stopped being a social autist because I just started reading more. Again, there's literally a book on my shelf from a millionaire teaching me how to basically on how to be a millionaire. There's literally books on like everything that you would want to do, on discipline, on habits, on on not being an addicted little slave to content. There are books on every single topic that could improve your life. And this is the most overpowered habit because I'll tell you right now, I try and make my videos as valuable as possible, but most people just make the most brain dead, just like they'll make videos just to rinse you out and get more money. But books, on the other hand, they have so much info, and it makes it so easy to get straight A's. So let me just check I have enough storage. Hopefully I do. Please do. Yes, I do. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the third and one of the most important parts of getting straight A's that really nobody talks about, which is you need to stop just being this AFK person who just drifts through his day. Because let me tell you what I do that made me like 100 times more productive and 100 times better at getting shit done, which is the main thing about getting straight A's. What I started doing, which basically was something I didn't do for a while, was before I started doing this thing, I would wake up and tell myself, okay, I'll study today. I want to study today. I want to work out today. And I would be like, okay, I'll basically study later. I'll study at 9. I'll study at 10. I'll study at 12. Oh, I'm going to eat now. I'll study in the evening. And I'd basically just push off the stuff that I needed to do. And because I didn't have any set plan for how I would actually use my time, I sucked at getting anything done. And this is probably what you're going through right now, because when you don't have a plan for how you're going to use your time, you're just going to go on the path of least resistance and just scroll the entire day and maybe just play some video games. However, what I started doing, and this is something that's really, really important, is I just took out a little notepad on like my computer, and I just wrote down what I would do from each time of the day. So for example, let's say it's a weekend. I wrote down here like from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'll record videos. From 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'll do this. Okay, at this time, from this time, I will work out like this. I basically just set a plan for how I would use my time. I wasn't like this little drifting leaf, just not accomplishing anything, because I actually valued my time. Because again, we have to look at what everybody else is doing. Everybody else freaking just spits on their time. They don't care about it. But the problem is, everybody is equalized by the amount of time we have. We only have 24 hours a day. And really, it's only like 8 hours that you can actually do stuff in. And you need to be able to tell yourself exactly what you're going to do and plan it out. Because when you actually value your time, you get better results than everybody else. In fact, the millionaire that I was just reading about right here says why this is so overpowered. Most people they'll be like stingy about their money, but they won't care about their time. You need to do the opposite. In this sense, you need to be able to accept the fact that, okay, you might not be able to attend everything your friends go to, but you will actually get stuff done. And you might say, oh, I'm a flexible person. I don't want to block out my time. You're not. You're not flexible. You're just addicted to pleasure, because you know that if you set the time that you're going to do stuff, I know how you think. If you set the time and you don't do it, you're going to feel guilty. And so doing this literally forces you to get stuff done. And it might be painful now, but when you're lying in bed after doing everything, or even just doing some things you told yourself you would do, you feel so much better. So this is the most OP strat. Literally just take out a notebook, like a notepad on, like, let's say your computer, and just write down, okay, from this time to this time, maybe from 7 to 8, I'll just get ready, and then 8 o'clock I'll go to school. And then after you get back from school, schedule exactly what you're going to do, and you'll be 10 times more likely to do it. So that's blocking out your time. It's super valuable. You should be doing it. And now I'm going to talk to you about the last and most important part of this guide. If you found value so far, by the way, go down and subscribe, because I just want to help you get more value and improve your life like I did. And this is the most important piece of advice you need to know. You shouldn't obsess over getting straight A's that much. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, first of all, if you do everything I told you, it'll take like maybe an hour or two max every single day, and you'll become a straight A student. But what I see is that there are a lot of like successful straight A students who honestly live such pathetic loser lives. They'll literally just study for like 12 hours a day. They won't do jack shit except study. They won't exercise. They'll neglect their health. They'll literally, I just heard my dad screaming. I think you were just singing or something. As I was saying, when you sacrifice your sleep and stuff just to get straight A's, it wasn't even worth it. And so this final piece of advice is you should instead focus on improving yourself. And this is why I recommended stuff like reading. Because you can literally learn from people that have studied social skills, that have literally made millions. And that is actually how you surpass people. Because I'll be honest with you, the school system is nice. Like, you'll get good grades and your parents will be happy. But nobody's actually really like become a millionaire. Nobody's actually like become like really successful because they followed what school was telling them. You need to literally just improve yourself and do stuff that improves yourself, such as reading, such as watching videos like this. Because I don't want you to just be like a loser straight A student. I want you to be able to get straight A's, but also have a good social life. Also get jacked. Those are my goals too. Also just develop skills that will actually set you apart in the future. I really just want you to become the enlightened teen, to actually surpass people, not just in school, but in life. And that is my mission too. And so, this is an action step for you. Go down and subscribe right now so that you get more value just like this so I can help you improve your life. Because I make videos also on how to lose fat, how to get straight A's, how to improve your social skills, and how to basically just improve yourself. Because that is actually the goal, right? It wasn't to get straight A's. It was to get straight A's and also just be a winner at life. And so that is the last thing. And that concludes the guide, right? If you want more value just like this, go down and subscribe. I hope you found value in this video. As always, my name's Atharv. See you soon, bro.